put the momentum in their favor and then run with it for the rest of the series. But there are many times where they have extremely slow starts.
We're going to see 3 rematches from the minor. Another one is Optic versus Vegas, nameless. And you had Vegas in the F tier. They almost beat Optic, though, in a game 1. This team was up 100 points in the hard point.
Yeah, I mean, they had a super hot start, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously this is a new roster as well for this Vegas team. So I think the 2 new guys coming in, they were a bit nervous to start things off. But Xnid, I mean, they got 52
times.
Remember, when you're in the game, it's EKI. So he had like 80 of them things there pulling up the scoreboard. So he felt like he was super fine. And which he was. For them, though, I think it's like the smallest things, like the super fundamentals, and they'll be able to close out some of these hard points, right? Like they're playing too aggressive. We talked about the Drawn Conclusions clip, like he flipped the spawns, didn't help his team. So for them, it's all about the bottom team.
I completely agree with you. I think it's just kind of like the closing out of these series. It's the little mistakes, it's the little hiccups, and also their map pool doesn't seem to be very large right now. Again, we see Protocol S&D. They showed some life in it. They were looking like they were going to win this map a couple of times, but for Vegas Falcons, I feel like that's all I've seen from them. Protocol S&D, Protocol hard points. So I need to see a little bit more expansion from the side of Falcons.
Will we see vault control? It was not pretty previously when they matched up last week. We'll see if they get a better bout today. That matchup coming up at 4:30, but we begin with your 3 o'clock showdown of LAG and Cloud9. Don't go anywhere. This is the CDL.
Yo, what is up, chat? Hope you guys are ready for a whole new day of CDL, baby. CDL. No, I checked just to make sure, because I was like, yo, this guy could actually be. Yo, my chat works on my stream now. What is? No. More. Yeah, I can turn it up. Yo, this LAG is crazy. This Gentlemate's freaking hard. Can't even lie, kiddo. Can't even lie.
Someone in chat said LAG isn't getting a win until they change their intro.
I got you.
I don't think that's true. I think today could be the day as Kismet and crew face off against Cloud9. This should be a fun matchup. Alleycat, LAG, though, the surprise of the season. World champions from 2 years ago, 3/4 of this lineup. You're only missing Hydra, but you subbed in basically the second coming of Hydra. Lynn's also from France.
I love that you said that because it literally is the second coming of Hydra, and they're still not able to make ends meet. I mean, they don't have a game mode they're necessarily strong with. You can say they're fleetingly stronger in control, but even that, I mean, they're positive by maybe 1 win. So a lot of work to be done for this LAG squad, considering the talent they have.
Now, I know there's some new management probably, but LAG historically brings in world champions Arsenis, benches him at the start of the season, and we go on to see a new lineup. Are any of these 4 players in danger?
Yeah, I think potentially, although maybe Priesta, obviously the last couple years haven't been great to him, but I want to go back to the Hydra thing you guys talking about. Hydra must have been Thanos, because these guys have been getting cooked without him. I think it's really the dynamic, honestly, between Kismet and Linz that hasn't been working. So many search and destroys where Kismet's trying to do too much, just dying by himself. Like, their chemistry has just not been there. It hasn't translated to search success at all, which is their worst mode.
The Gentlemates representing Los Angeles and most of France. On the other side of this one, it's all New York for Cloud9. Accuracy, the coach of this squad. You see Mac coming back in after a year off, dealing with some family matters. Well, Mac is the superstar now on this team. The bad news is you're kind of top 6-ish, top 8. Where do you have the squad?
They had a really, really slow start, but I do like to give some grace to Cloud9 just because of the teams they've had to go up against. This is now 2 times they've gone to Game 5 versus Carolina, so I feel like they're a strong team. They just haven't been able to put it all together at once. We saw Matt carrying them through series. Sib is still rocking up 0.7 and hard point, so I feel like it's just a matter of time when it comes to Cloud9.
Yeah, Tally's point, they lost like all of our top 4 teams in Carolina twice, right? So they have had a pretty tough schedule. For these guys, to control 1 and 5, like you have to be better at that game mode. And Sib has had a really slow start to the year. And even in their performance where they went to the Game 5, like they won both HPs, Sib wasn't really slaying, and the HPs were super close. So
if we all can freaking grind out CMGs today, bro.
Vancouver, that was their minor one. First round looked pretty good in that. They need to find that form once again. Let's take a look at our maps and modes for New York. Skyline with a Hacienda control. Do you like the new maps in the mix here?
I love this map set for New York. I mean, Skyline's their best hard point. They're 1 and 5 on vault control, so I love them giving a try to the Hacienda. Yeah, I mean, if you're in New York, you probably feel pretty good.
What about LAG?
Loving this if you're in New York. If you're LAG, you're kind of testing the waters here. They're 2-2 on that opening Skyline, own 1 on the map number 2. And Hasi, they're also kind of just testing it. They're 4 and 5 in vault. Control is the only game mode Gentlemates is even slightly decent at, and they don't even have a map they're comfortable on in the series. So either they have been holding this off in scrims and are excited to put it into this lineup, or they are literally just testing the waters.
It's time for our Scuff Pick'ems.
I'm gonna go check my mana.
Nameless has been the Oracle in 2025. He saw Minnesota coming throughout the minor. Who do you see starting off our qualifier strong?
Yeah, I think this is an awesome match, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 teams that we really don't know where to put them. In this one, I'm going to go with New York, though. They've shown me more. I think they get it done.
Allie?
Last year, if you have asked me this, I would have said LAG with this roster, but I'm going to go with New York Subliners. They did really good in vetoes as well.
Bulldog, it's time to bark, my guy. We're going LAG today. I have a feeling the upset is coming. Merc, how wrong am I?
Pretty wrong. I think so, at least. I don't know. I could be wrong, I guess, but that's a tough one. Tough to say. It's a tough sell. It just is. Cloud9 looks like they're trending one way, and LAG it's a question mark.
It is, and they were talking about who's at risk on this team, and I asked you kind of before we came on camera. I was like, I don't know, you've been a player for a long time, you've had a lot of teams, like they're 0-and whatever at this point. They haven't got their first win yet. How long is the leash for this squad? Like, do you give them through the major, or like, is this a must-win type series?
I just think you kind of have to. Like, what are you gonna do? Bring someone else in, and you have a week and a half to prepare for a major?
So is that? But is that your only argument? Like, oh, it'd be harder to bring somebody in, or is there still belief in this team even with where they're at?
I mean, I think you still have to give them a little bit more time.
Okay.
But I just also think a change right now doesn't benefit anyone.
It's just like a lose-lose if you try to make a change.
Yeah, unless you, I mean, we have seen in the past a couple of changes before the major, like screw it, why not? Nothing else is working. We've seen that before. But me personally, I think you have to at least see this team on land.
Okay. I just want to see what happens, like, if they get this, if they get one win, like some momentum. Like, did they just need like that one win, then suddenly things start to click a little bit more for them? Because I gotta think every loss, bro, it wears on you more and more, right? It has to.
Yeah, and I mean, we've kind of been seeing that, right, from some of the POVs, some of the decisions where it just feels like they're putting pressure on themselves.
100%.
But yeah, you heard the desk kind of talk about it. Starting off with Skyline, a bit interesting here. I mean, these are 2 maps now where Cloud9, they have not lost on Skyline. Hardpoint and Search and Destroy, and you're giving them both of those.
Yeah, I know. As soon as it popped up like the best 5, you were like, all right, like kind of nodding your head, like looks pretty good for Cloud9 New York. We'll see what they can do, though. You heard Ant kind of hoping Sid maybe steps up a bit. We know what a slang monster he can be when he's in rhythm. I find myself just kind of pulling for Gorilla's mate to like find some improvements, because I don't know, just a lot of likable players on that team, and they're like the underdog. They haven't won a map yet. The whole French scene's behind them. Like, I want to see them start to find success, but this is a winnable series. They got to get something going.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, just start off early. A nice start here for Priesta, and we always know, like, as good as your Skyline could be if you are Cloud9 New York, how close this map normally is. Just every single time. It feels like it comes down to a 20 to 30 point game just due to the nature of the map. But LAG, they do a very good job flipping the map, rotating towards that P2. They have all of Cloud9 spawning out.
Sky's currently on 3 straight. We'll see if he can keep that moving and grooving throughout this opening hold. Here comes the first push from Piano side. They're able to shut down 2. Only thing that hits really is Sib's nades able to combo, and then all 4 are going to get wiped out. So LAG in a pretty good position to soak up this time. They spawn him out pretty deep, and you're going to get a comfortable 15 or so seconds here, which sometimes is rare on Skyline.
Yeah, I mean, normally like a P2 like this, usually there's instant pressure. You're finally going to get that from Kremp. Someone's going to pick that up. That's going to be Linz. At least get the call out. You're hoping for the trade, though, right there from Kismet. He jumps out of the hill. And the one play from Kremp, well, it might just change this P2 hill. There's only 15 seconds left. Priest, there's just so many angles to check. But this is normally what we see, right? Just constant pressure on the hill. Hitting the zip line. Kismet trying to fight on back. But you get around 30 or 40 seconds if you are LAG, and you'll take that all day.
Yeah, it's like even if like a forward dead is as influential as it can be on some other maps, it's still a big deal on any map. Like that gave you a solid like 15, gave you a little breathing room. I think it's just so trade heavy there usually. Like it's not usually that clean where you get 4, you only lose 1 player to a nade. And they turn into some pretty good time. They're doubling up their opponents right now. LAG in pretty good position, approaching double digits already is Priesta. He's finding some success, but currently in the hard point, Cloud9 New York, seeing what they can do with this objective.
They're just trying to buy time. And you see LAG, they're playing a little bit safe. They want spawns, or maybe just waiting for Kismet to spawn out. He's going to have a free split. It looks like Sib, he thought about turning there for a second, but he does get caught, though. So Kismet off that pinch, he's going to find 2, but it all comes down to one last player, and, well, they deal with all 4. Attached now on 5 in a row. He's up to 11, leading the lobby in Cloud9. Getting close to a lead change right here.
Yeah, it's just one of those hard points, right? Anytime it's like
gotta be ready for it.
When it's like horizontal, essentially, like you've got to have eyes in the back of your head. Like the flip could come at literally any moment. They deal with it pretty well, and now basically a tie game, and Cloud9 New York able to hold those spawns, able to get set up now for next, and we'll see what kind of damage they can put in here inside of the hard point. Number 8 and Sib trying to get some shots in on one side of the map. He loses his teammate Mac on the other, so he's going to have to shift focus here. The focus shifts to bullets coming into his face from Priesta. Priesta making a push.
What do you mean?
Gorilla's making a push.
Never up at
They're in and they've got numbers.
Yeah, now you get the spawns as well. You just push them out. So a huge break there for LAG. The momentum would start to shift for Cloud9.
Let me rephrase that. You're never in DC.
Now Cloud9 behind Mac. Trying to fight on through. This is the tough part about P4 as well. It's just it's such a big hard point. There's so many corners.
Yo, Cloud9 and Maze are playing close.
You hop on the counter, you go in the shower.
All right, explain this thing. Oh, my chat works now.
Patient, you see they find 7 in a row.
You know, they were talking on the desk about Cloud9.
What?
You know,
Okay, so what was they saying?
Played a lot of tough teams. You've got some like superstar firepower and stuff. It's great to see Matt back. Am I a crazy person that when I look at this, like I still think LAG has more potential to be like a better team? Do you think I'm crazy?
I mean, I think you're crazy.
Yeah. I think that's a normal take before the year started. Is it weird I still feel that way?
I think so.
Huh. Yeah,
based on what we've seen, I think so.
I'm crazy. Maybe just one of those things where I've seen that trio click. I'm like, it's a matter of time. You know, kind of like with like FaZe's struggles at the beginning of the year. Okay, they're very different. Don't get me wrong, but FaZe's struggles at the beginning of the year, you just kind of like knew it would click. Like, I guess I kind of feel like with that, like eventually it's gonna click. But
I think the biggest question mark maybe for New York was sort of like Kremp and Mac. Yeah. Kremp's been pretty consistent, and Mac's been incredible. Right? With the year off, it's just sort of a question of like, what are we gonna get out of this? I feel like your most consistent pieces are like attaching to if Kremp and Mac are playing like
he looked like
this,
he was cheating.
The potential's there.
Yeah, he looked like
I think I felt like I was delusional. That's why I asked. But like,
and I checked his stream.
I feel that way. I was kind of trying to talk through it. I'm like, why do I still feel like they're gonna be a good team? Maybe I'm just holding on to a loss.
Because it was like so wrong. They went.
Because rarely do we see a Skies at 4 and 15.
It went 2v2.
He has a map like this right now, and now
Cloud9. It was tied 2-2.
They have the lead, but LAG here getting funny
and
in this P2
then basically after that, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, I'd say like this is one where like you're thankful you're within 20 when he's 5 and 16, but it's also like a skyline, so it is really hard to find.
Like honestly, I just kind of guessed where you were going or like what you were gonna do, and he's like, that's what 1v1s are all about.
We'll see if he can get into it. Your 5 and 15 call. We'll see where he looks towards the end of the game. On the other side of it, they got Priesta popping off. He started out strong, was like the first to approach double digits. Now at 18 and 11, and there's the lead change.
Like if he couldn't find me, he was
pretty solid P2s, right?
Two of the kills that he thought of me though was really like you could tell he was
trying to fight back over control of this second hill. Let's go to listening.
So 2 of the rounds he won by sound scoring, which I mean it's SMG, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna do that obviously. So the one he was like laying top belt, and I was running Fountain. It was Hacienda, so I was running Fountain to go underneath mid arches, and he was up top like P2 side top. For like looking down towards Fountain, like he was laying down watching like if I push through by P4, and he got a sound cue because he stood up and instantly just basically saw me and then like played me. Like he knew I was there essentially, but like he wasn't cheated. So
I got her. I got her, by the way. I'm getting you. Rugs, one shot dead. I have all your rugs. Only cast open. I set him out.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I forgot about that. And people in our lobbies though don't do it. That's why I think it just doesn't pop in our mind. Like usually if it happens to us, then we try to do it.
One for you guys, and I'm laying hit right. Nothing bad. He chopped outside, dead. One. Back chair.
So yeah, I mean I lost 6-2, bro. But the guy was like, yo, GG's, brother. He's like, it's all just 50-50. He's like, okay, next time. Okay, brother. Him? I don't know. He's won like, he's gotten second place like 10 times. So you can tell he does seem to do a lot. He's a crim. Like he was like a high crim. So like, I mean, sometimes when people get in that flow state though, like that was my first game on. I don't know how many times he was running it, but like, it's not an excuse obviously, but like I was still just getting warmed up in the game essentially. Like, I warmed up beforehand.
A big break there as they get in. Priestess still going off. Big P, 4 straight, 26 and 16. I love the comms.
They're on all day today,
well, what we talk about with Priest in his career, just how good he is at running an AR, running a sub. He's done both roles on multiple teams, been successful with it. He's been a great flex, and with the Jackal changes, I mean, we're seeing it more and more, just how good this submachine gun is, and he is very much willing to pull out a third one. 27 and 16, leading the way, and what a hold right there at P4.
No, his highs are very high. I've always thought, I've just like speculated it's like a confidence thing with him, because like when he is in form, he is terrifying. It's just when he drops off a cliff that it could also be a problem. Right now, though,
yeah. So actually, like PC players,
he's on 27, leading the lobby. Just behind will be Mac and kind of attaching the other
even
side.
The guy that I versed today,
trying to push this lead up a little bit. You're up 30.
Like he had good integrity.
Depending on how much time you get here, you get up 50 to 60. That's really scary territory if you're Cloud9 New York. It puts a lot of pressure on you to make a lot of plays.
Yeah, what's been their best part, right? It's been like the P2s for LAG, just how consistently they've been able to win that rotation. And this is a hill where you can find 10 to 15 seconds on, really put the pressure on Cloud9 New York, have to, sprint at you at time and time again. But maybe here's the moment for Cloud9. 15 seconds left. They're going to eat all this up and try to flip the spawn.
Yeah, like there's eventually been a break on these P2s, but like the opening 30 seconds or so have been clean.
And there we go.
That's a big wipe with like 5 seconds remaining in the harbor. Look how far you're spawning out, because you still had skies like mid-map. You spawn out Narnia now. How much time do you have here? It's just going to be kind of comfort food inside of the point. You still have skies kind of playing for angles out toward mid, so he's picking them, staggering. This is looking really good for LAG. A chance to put this one away.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you have to watch the zip line, right? We've seen Kremp in that scenario. While he wins the gunfight, we saw him through X-Ray, and this is where it gets messy. Somehow gets a double. It's a perfect setup. Skies is cutting down middle of the map. Someone has to watch zip, or at least you have to win the gunfight.
The reason why I'm not worried about, I'm not worried about optic, because it's the same thing that FaZe, that happened with FaZe. Everybody's like,
what was Skies? 5 and 15.
I'm gonna say this right now, bro. It pissed me off
He's
when,
now
like,
basically back to even
Tac Rev
on a
pissed
7
me off.
spree. The
He literally
talent has
does.
come.
Like,
Priest
today
is
he
still
was like,
flying. He's at 30 plus, and you
today
just
he
need
was
10
like,
more
oh, you
for
remember
the
when like
victory.
FaZe are getting slammed
With all
and he's
their
like, oh,
narrow
I might be
hard points, you just
concerned
wanna
about
put
this
this
FaZe
one
team, like
away.
they're not getting anything together, and then basically he was like, well, if we don't see performance, like we might need to chalk it. Well, he talked about optic today, and he was like, well, you know what, guys, it's just scrims, like optic's fine, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you're so two-faced. Like, you can't be like wishing on someone, like you can't be worried about a team's downfall during scrims, and then like the next team, you're basically like, oh no, they're fine, like it's just scrims.
Yeah, that's what we kind of expect
he needs
from
to
this
hop off
roster.
Optic's job
With the slaying alongside of it, you get Priestess who really gets going, and then Skies at the end of that game.
Every content video he makes, bro, half of it's about Optic. Like I'm not saying Optic isn't like the biggest name in like the industry. I'm saying like there's other teams that are doing other things, and you can't just primarily focus on Optic because that's not growing the team.
Liz is pretty much put up numbers. Guys can put up numbers.
Like you're keeping it
you have
one-dimensional
enough like depth.
Like I'm not even saying FaZe. I'm saying like think about
it just feels like they've just been like
Gentlemen,
away from winning some series, like so close, like just little mistakes, little blunders. If they can fix that, I know it's hard to do. I don't know. Like I just feel like they're so close to being so much better than they are, man.
Well, I think the problem is
I like when you get pissed on during
scrims. You would expect it's tough to beat them. They should be good in every mode. The problem really is when you look at an outside perspective is they're 2-6 in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, yeah.
This is just not a roster who can afford to do that because of kind of the inconsistencies we know you're going to get from these players in respawn at times. So the Search has to be better, and it just hasn't been. But, well, you did a great game.
Okay, I don't understand.
Is that one of those things,
I don't
though,
understand
when you think
the
about
difference,
modes where you probably
like,
had the most
I understand,
ability
like,
to
it's better
improve early on in the
connections,
title,
like, everything's
Search?
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
I think there's going to be a lot of swings. I mean, we're talking about a much different Search and Destroy game this game, right? Like very similar to a jetpack-esque where there's just not a lot
so how
of
do you get better online,
kind of freedom on the map.
What kind of hit shit and do retakes?
Yeah, and you know, a lot of the times when you're going from title to title, you have to switch up your mentality when it comes to a game mode, and maybe that's what it takes for these guys.
And listen, we'll keep bringing up Hydra just because he is that good of a player, and I'm sure.
I mean, didn't he get that 4-piece? Didn't he get that 4-piece on 1-for-3 online?
You kind of like were a little frustrated with Kismet the last series we casted him. We talked about just being too much pressure on him. Maybe he feels like he has to make the game, he has to do something. And sometimes trying to like overcompensate maybe for that playmaking ability that they're lacking once they lost Hydra. If he gets a little bit more comfortable, him and Lynn start to figure out kind of their new duo, maybe it could be something really special. But if it's gonna start to be special, it's gotta start soon because you still haven't won a series.
Yeah, and then on the other side for Cloud9, first Skyline you drop on the year. Again, just lost some early rotations. You know, you see that second P4, that's where it was a tie game.
Dude, I mean,
well, then they break.
It's kind of sad when, like,
and they hang on to it, but early P2 rotations were the key.
The desk was mostly favoring Cloud9. You kind of felt
and I mean like this, right?
Does
like
that flip on its head after that
Kyler and Shotzi,
I don't think so, because there's still a lot
like,
of question marks in this
like,
series. First time we're going to see Hacienda Control against Skyline. Search and Destroy has been great for Cloud9 New York. They're undefeated on it. And
from looking
the back half of the series,
exactly.
I mean, it really hasn't been great for
And I
either
honestly
side.
think that's why
Shotzi,
Shotzi, I think that's honestly why Shotzi's been playing bad.
There's not a ton of strong matches for
because
LG right now.
he's used to basically like
they've been in the driver's seat in some series.
He can go out and do whatever he wants.
Before they still have been able to close it out. So
like Pred would bang the hill and like just get that 1 kill, 2 kill, and then Shotzi would just go and do whatever he wants, go do that crazy dirty work stuff. But he can't do that with Hook. Hook's too fast paced. Pred was kind of like your slow guy.
Listen, you competed for a decade or whatever it was. When you had a search team that was maybe struggling early in a title, I don't know, it's tough to get like
flipping people off, flexing on them. Sit down,
like, how did you work on it?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just like you just have to be willing to try out different things. Honestly, you're studying other gameplay
also,
films.
to top onto it, bro,
me,
Tac Rabs was talking about how Shotzi's been playing bad and how like he can't call all these people out and play terrible,
and you still kind of have that same mindset.
And I kind of agree with that, but at the same point, it's not all on Shotzi. Like, Shotzi's playstyle, he has to have people around him that enable him to be his playstyle. Like, Dashy's been slamming, but like Kenny and Hook have not been helping.
Drastically, like no other esports release every year gets flipped on its head sometimes. So, yeah, just the omni movement in this. There's a lot of things that make it feel a little bit different. The map layout.
Yeah, maps. Big time. But you saw right there, 2-6. On the other side, 4-4. 2-loss streak there for Cloud9 New York in Search and Destroy. So see if they can get another win on the board.
So you think, like, even if you've been struggling in Search and Destroy, it's not about, like, fundamentals and stuff as much as, like, they need to take some risks. They have to try stuff.
Yeah, you got to try something different.
Yeah.
Unless they truly just feel like it's like
we need to refine what we have.
Yeah, or if it's just miscommunication.
Yeah.
Maybe there's things they think is open that
Whoa, what's a buffer?
aren't just, rounds where you have the advantage in, and then you just give up a fight. You're like, what the heck just happened?
Well, it also helps when you have a 3-7 map like it. He's probably going to win any fight any time. It'll probably feel pretty good for you. He gets the first blood for him. And then it's all on Sid. His position now given up as he takes some shots there from Catwalk. Just trying to get the angle, and he'll be able to do that. So nice reposition to pick off Skies. Bomb down right over by Ace. You can see on the minimap bottom left. Priesta and Linz just trying to hold this up. They've thrown away some rounds in Search too. Like ones you should win, 3v1s, 2v1s.
How do you
where the comms have obviously been off and they both get caught. You can't let it happen here.
I told you crazy.
By golly. Oh, sweet child of mine.
Why? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally what we just talked about.
Why do they
it's
have
sort of
it, but not freaking?
What the hell just happened in that round? Like, whoa.
There's been a lot of them. There have. Like, okay, I don't have the data in front of me of how many like 2v1s and 3v1s they've thrown away, but there have been many.
Yeah, this one's not done yet. I mean, bombs gonna be planted, but already a much scarier round than what they would want.
Why
it's
though?
all gonna be on Linz.
Like, I feel like that's stupid from their part.
Stop Sid from pulling off this 1 versus 3.
Is he just gonna hit the zip line over and over?
I thought for a second he was. I thought he got spotted. He ultimately does. Linz gets the kill. I think Sib snaps because it ends up being a close gunfight, but Linz bails him out. I still don't know if you feel very good about that round if you're LAG. It probably shouldn't have gone down like that. Like, what would you have maybe changed?
Yeah.
Like, when Sky's position was given up and he sort of stuck over Jacuzzi, like, was there something they should have done differently, or should they handle the 2v1 better?
Yeah, probably the 2v1, right? I mean, Priest and Linz right there. I mean, Skies, he kind of gets caught as we take a look at the last 1v1. Linz just plays patient. But in that 2v1.
Oh, so he didn't spot him at first. I wonder why that was as close as it was.
22 HP.
See, but my
Okay,
thing though, I think
I
that's
thought
stupid
like,
from,
maybe
like,
he
activating
spotted him
someone, like, no
to
matter
left
if
at
you,
first. He
that's
did
what
not.
I'm
He almost
saying,
got
no matter
the
if
worst
you're,
timing
like,
ever.
went through a lost it or not.
That's what the
like,
positioning of Priest and
make a
Linz
deal
there.
with
Yeah, they
Scump
just
real
couldn't help
quick,
each other,
like-
right? Sib was, he didn't even get shot at.
Granted, you're playing around A, where it's like it's 82 angles to get shots on you. But yeah, no, it's something they've got to work on because it has definitely been a pain
because
point
of the whole lawsuit.
after the
So he kind of
near
screwed himself.
throw
but
and
not
eventual
screwed
clutch from
himself.
Linz. You now get a quick plan in a 4 versus 4. 3 playing around the site, 1 playing deep in Skies that'll kind of watch the push through. Priesta gets another first blood. So back-to-back for him, back-to-back kills as well. Priesta eventually traded out. Linz in trouble too. Nate hits, he's down to 50 HP. Hoping to get some help. Another 1v1, we're down 2, and you just barely get through it again if you're LAG, but got to give some props to Priesta. Another first blood, and he gets 2.
Yeah, and then Skies gets active, right? He was watching the flank and just kind of realizes they're hitting it from the middle of the map. It was Cloud9, so he gets active, drops down, and he had to help Linz because there was a dead nade that ends up blowing up near Linz, and he's just trying to lurk, trying to play a position for a free kill. The nade hits, gives up his spot, and he's just, yeah, he's dead.
And that's another like 20 HP type gunfight. Like these are coming down to the wire. So far, you're winning them if you were LAG. Maybe finally some things starting to go their way. Can they keep going their way now in the search and destroy as we go back to Cloud9 New York on the offensive side of things? Working out right. Not liking what they're seeing. Or are they? First blood finally for Cloud9 New York. Nate gonna hit. Linz will get picked up at Jacuzzi. Sib will follow it up with 1. Mac on his back.
Are you on the
Getting
night
the
or
bomb
what?
planted, and you're in a very dominant 4 versus 2 here. Make it a 4 versus nothing. That one was clean.
Yeah, I mean, just straight team nades right there from Cloud9. Then they work the bomb. They see there's nothing in kitchen, no resistance. Max able to hit that plan. They just trying to pick them apart.
Well, it's just like, dude, Jacuzzi is like so great to like catch people, but also like if you don't and you get spotted, like it's just like where do I? Like,
Yeah, nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go. Like, nowhere to go at all. You're just.
Yeah.
We saw Skies kind of how he was penned the one time. You see Lenz there with the nades able to connect. You don't have a lot of
Right,
options.
Jimmy?
Well, it's such a strong spot because not only do you, you
I keep.
can
Is that
see
your
everything.
mic? I
You
keep
see all
hearing
the
then, like, that
crosses, and then
click
it's just
sound
not an
of
easy
going on?
gunfight. But what makes it easy is a couple of grenades.
Yeah. No, I mean the headies are.
I don't know. It
nuts
sounds
in so
like
many different
it sounds like
spots, but
someone's mic turning on.
just a couple of rounds where you see how difficult
like when
it can be
somebody
once you
like
get
unmutes
spotted.
himself,
Like,
that's what it sounds like.
not a ton of options to get out of there. Priesta had back-to-back
Maybe-
first bloods. We'll see if he can tack on another here.
maybe,
We're watching his POV as he's kind of been leading the way in that department. Tries to get one. Now it's time to track back and get bombed. Still some utility use on both sides. I didn't hear a ton
Yeah,
of
he
like
takes
stuns
a
and
year
nades
off
going
and is
off.
the best
So
player.
a lot of the members here still holding stuff in their back pocket.
Well, there was a stun. It seemed like maybe it was near Zip. So Cloud9 kind of knows that this is open, but Kismet's going to find one, at least start the domino effect. Linz is going to find the
terrible,
second
this game.
to give them numbers advantage.
And thankfully he can drop down there. He gets stunned. He might be dead to rights, but he's able to get out. Skies puts another one in, and now it's suddenly on Crimp. 1 versus 3. Sib nearly pulled one off. Will Crimp be able to do it?
Yo,
think he's
I
seen anything
hope
yet.
Cloud9.
Oh, no,
wins.
yeah, it's-
I hope Cloud9.
I'd say he got kind of absurd timing on their wrap out.
Actually choked.
But let's go ahead and get the plan in. Tough part for Crimp, doesn't have like an AR to maybe get that like opening freebie.
Oh, actually, I need
see if we can get it done with
mates
the
to
sub.
win 3-2. That's how I have it today.
Under 30 now to work with.
So Rubs, I actually have the Falcon.
Shots
taking
coming in.
you
He's like,
guys
what's
to
happening?
2.
Yeah, it seems like all 3 arrows.
Thinking
They
you
have an
guys
idea
get
that he's
five.
here. Still able to find one, but there we go. LAG kind of cleared all the angles. Maybe someone spots him. Here's the slide, whatever it is. They knew where he was.
That little
Hear
stutter
me?
step, bro. The shot started. He just like stops. He's like, whoa.
No, that's what I'm saying. They,
Whoa,
just started-
whoa.
they might have heard him slide or something. Did
Somebody's
someone
boxed
shot
up.
the door open.
That looks so funny from his POV.
Yeah, no, I'd be scared as well.
Yeah. It's like, what in the hell? But that time in the 3 versus 1.
I have
They handle business.
Falcons taking you guys to a
Yeah,
game
they
5.
repositioned together. Like there was a chance for there was a player top catwalk.
I thought he was gonna drop down a channel, and I was gonna be like, not this again.
Yeah, it
What?
doesn't happen.
So I'm glad you were thinking the same thing I was. I saw him on X-ray. I'm like, please, God, just no. Lots of stunts and nades invested early from either side. 12 trophies there, so that'll get eaten up.
What do you
Kismet
mean I'm a Mars?
drops
You
for
guys
free on
lost
catwalk.
one map to him last time. You didn't 3-0 him.
Lenz has been trying to make plays on the other side of the maps through events. He was able to find a timing on
After
offense.
they
Can he
just
do it
played,
now on
after they just
defense?
played you guys in a hard point. And
Sky's
freaking
cut people down. He gets the
Good
angle.
job.
Lenz once again able to make a play.
53.
Just trying to take those routes and catch people off guard. It's so timing dependent. I thought the headshots might be in for Civ, not able to finish it. New York wiped off the map.
I'm
It's
telling
another
you,
round.
it's going map.
Well, that's just
it's going
guys.
game
I don't know
5.
where he gets that
Map
first pick,
5.
but he's able to find that, and that just kind of opens up some
What?
angles. They're able to get the second player on the bomb, and then it's a 3 versus 2. They have an idea
What
where
do you
the enemy
mean?
team is, but yeah, I mean, Sky
What do
just
you
opens that up
mean?
for them.
Are you a Mars? I'm
We'll see if
literally
Lenz
just
kinda
saying
keeps-
the
keeps doing this on both
Falcons,
sides, just trying to get through events,
statistic-wise,
get in behind
I
enemy
know.
lines.
I
Yeah, it
still,
makes his
so I'm
play
saying
easier
that
when
they're
Skies
going to go
gets the
map
first,
5
right?
with you
Like,
guys
oh,
today.
yeah,
Something's
doubt about
open.
For that reason alone is because they
Less
actually put
pressure
up a
on
fight
you to
against
make
you.
a play.
And
You
even
can take your
Shotzi
time
said
more. It's not like, oh God, I
that
gotta
they
hurry.
played
My
against you
team's
guys
dropping.
really well. And I think
Just
they've
sorta let it develop, and
improved.
those
So
last
I'm
2 rounds,
saying
that
that they're going
has
to take you
worked
guys to a map 5.
4 gorillas, mate. Up 4-1 now.
Which I'm saying you guys are going to win the map 5 though. Like you guys are going to win 3-2.
But
I'm just
where
saying
they
they're
have
gonna
struggled
take you
has
map
been
5.
closing maps, closing series. Still work to do, but a nice advantage here. Skies after the very
You think
slow
I was
start
saying
map,
you're going to lose?
starting map 1 really has erupted.
I don't
Pops
think
off in the
Optics
hard point.
losing.
Now
I
leading
even
the
have
way
you guys
here at
beating
6-3.
Thieves 3-2.
Well, this is now like their 3rd round in a row on offense, where they've just pretty much haven't left spawn. They're just kind of waiting, seeing if anyone's trying to get aggressive. Kismet trying to just play his life. The info is they are playing very much up towards A. It's a 1-for-1 across the map. Bomb is down though. Priest going to call in a car.
Yeah, bomb in a top spot too. Just like top catwalk.
Go get it, Kiz. I cleared it for you.
Oh, the car helps to make that a little bit easier.
Oh.
But the flank did not come in. Mac trying to make the play. He is able to get 2. 2 people hit the flank. It's all on Skies. Best of luck. You have to cover the jacuzzi, but that is it. The offense just never really gets going. So much time open. Whether it's been on the other side, it's been enough time for Lenz to make the play. This time,
Oh, this guy was 3.
you get the first blood. Kind of same thing.
Well, I mean,
work the
when
play.
you give up the map the way that they have, Cloud9 just kind of take Kitchen away, and they're just throwing
Runs.
shoulders, and it gives them an idea of where is this play developing.
You
But
good?
yeah, so him and Max and Krem just go.
You
So
sure?
it's not an A hit. They're working catwalk,
Okay.
and he had some great shots on
Well,
the
I'm
kids.
just having an open conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm
you'd
just
probably
saying,
still lose
like,
that
I
round,
think
but
Optics
you'd
is
hope to
gonna win
trade the wall.
today.
There's a second player there
I
to
just
back
think
up
that
Max.
Falcons-
Max, so that's going to go their way regardless, but you just hope Kids is
Okay.
able to trade that, maybe give you a chance, but probably wouldn't have mattered. Big play for Mac. Just keeping him in this search and destroy, staying within a couple of rounds. Now offensively, Cloud9 New York.
That's what I have.
Not liking
That's what I
the
have.
opening
I
look
thought
over
I thought I
A.
had
We've seen
it
Linz
reversed.
kind of take the route through vents and pounce. It's Crimp trying to
I
do it
thought I
now
had
from
it
the other
reversed.
side.
I thought I had it 3-2 Cloud9. That's what I was thinking.
Looks like there's eyes on it for now. Yep, so he'll spot Crimp going up top. Attach will get the first blood, though, and Sky's going to drop. Like, a second he gets a couple shots in towards Crimp, he's going to get caught. So, effectively, you're kind of bait there if you're Crimp.
Oh, that was a great play. I'm wondering how Attach got that kill. He must have just stopped the zip and then just took the gunfight. Or just hops on up and takes it. Now you have Bomb
Yeah,
down
why
3
does
versus
Attach
2 as the
challenge
trades are
that?
going. But it's sort of very similar.
Why
Cloud9,
did you
they
just
find the
challenge the
info
one-for-one
just
trade,
based
though?
off the
Why did you
field of the
just
map. They
challenge
know they
that?
have kitchen control, so what is the play? At least 2 towards B. Let's just use our numbers effectively. And yeah, great bait and switch right there from Tremp and Attach.
I mean, it looked great a second ago. It feels like for LAG, like you had 2 really nice rounds back to back. You're up 3. You're in the driver's seat. But then these have been 2 convincing rounds on offense and defense from Cloud9. And you are right back in this. Attach very vocal
what
right
headsets
now
are they
with the
using
team
right
as
now?
they're chatting
What
through
headsets are
stuff.
Cloud9 using? This is
Civ
the
going
40s?
back and forth a bit. Mac now involved, but Attach had a lot to say there for a second. I'm not sure if it's about I'm assuming the upcoming round, what he wants to do.
Well, the question is going to be, is LG going to switch this up?
They look like the
Finally,
40s.
maybe play a little bit more aggressive, and they are. They're going to go for that A-bomb
he?
plant right away.
And they
Car's
got-
also down.
They got a quick plan on A, rounds and rounds ago. It ended up coming down to a 1v1, I believe. think Priesta was the difference maker in that round, right? He got the first blood and then got another attach now, gets a kill, but also takes out Mac. So suddenly it's Sib. Sib almost pulled off a 1v3 earlier. Well, not going to happen here. I'll say if he doesn't see him, Jacuzzi, he is dead to rights, and that's exactly what happens. You needed that one, it feels like.
Oh, you're talking about for mine?
The wheels were coming off a bit.
Yeah, and they just switched it up pace-wise, right? Playing it slow, clearing the map, worked out early, but Cloud9 starts to adjust, so you look at a different look here. Just go to A. Maybe you have a trophy, so stuns and nades aren't hitting on the break-off. You're going to put
there's
that down, get the A bomb down, and well, the team nade also helps a little bit.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But for, I mean, where they found some offensive success, so it's been those quick plants today. It's not twice they've been able to do it. Yeah, whether it's a Priest, a two-piece, or a attached nade that gets a team kill. They've walked away with a round victory. And, well, this time a little bit easier than coming down to a crazy 1v1. They're a round away now from a 2-0 edge. Cloud9's got to start going wild. Linz was gun up there. Maybe he catches one, but kind of caught in a YY and doesn't get shots on the first hop through. Nade's hitting though, and he is weak. 22 HP, trying to stay up, able to reposition to bar, and
I got an energy.
Good finesse there out of Linz to staying alive.
And I slept in today. So.
Well, they're thinking give this up. Max thinking give this up. So both teams are adjusting. You're getting a 100-round fight right now. It's a 1-for-1.
Well, it's a good thing you got a buddy with you there.
Because I'll already be on.
So at least you go 1-for-1, as you said. Mac wants to go ahead and lay this thing down, so we'll be in a 3v3 retake for Gorilla's mate here now. And they want to go quickly.
No, he's not playing with this.
Mac, nice ball. Bang through to kind of back up another player. He's down to 48 HP, but still just using the bar here to stay up. Nade hits, then attach hits. Nice combination there from Cloud9 New York, and they wiped them off the board.
Well, I thought LAG was going to hit a timing, right? It looked like they were getting proactive as soon as Mac was planting that bomb. They had an idea. They were planning towards A. It's just Sib was looking over him. Sib gets that first one. That allows Mac to pretty much get off the bomb clean. As you saw, as soon as Mac gets up, there's multiple players shooting at him. But then they had to stop. They had to pretty much reposition due to Sib finding that kill.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they felt like they were in a good position with a 3v2, and then suddenly that was not the case at all. Big pick there from Sib. Good coverage over his objective guy and Mac. Cloud9 New York just not going out without a fight here in this search and destroy. We now go to round 10. Aggressive here out of LAG, and they might close it out right now. Kiz weak, but getting back to full. Linz there battling with them. Bodies are getting shot. Attaches the last up at a 1v4. He's got some 1v4s to his name. He sometimes has the ice. Not going to happen here. Priest has got the line of sight. LAG get the search and destroy victory, and they are up 2-0. And I saw smiles and some fist bumps. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen that out of Gorillas because they've been in such a tough position, but solid search and destroy there. What'd you like at LAG?
Well, just, yeah, I mean, switching up the pace, right? Slowed it down. It was working early. Allowed Cloud9 to come back in. It's like, all right, let's just hit some bang out rounds over towards A. And well, those were the ones that worked.
We talk about like strategy a lot and like, I don't know, your breakoffs, but a lot of it's more like it's a tempo thing, right? Like you've got 3 or 4 different gears, whatever you want to call it, and just keeping them guessing what pace is coming at you, right?
Well, especially on Skyline. I mean, you can 4-hit down low, you can 4-hit across catwalk. Like, there's a lot of different looks that you can really show on both sides. But yeah, Cloud9 was starting to figure them out a little bit. So they were like, let's just
Detective Runt's coming here, brother.
They did, and they get it done. This is how it looks so far. I mean, the beginning of the series is where it looks so good for Cloud9. Now maybe you changed your mind a little bit about this one after they take back-to-back Skylines.
I mean, yeah, I think so. You have to be feeling good for LAG, but they've also been a team that's been up 2-0 and allowed some reverse sweeps to happen.
You don't feel comfortable until they actually
with some shredded cheese and barbecue sauce, and that's what I ate for breakfast.
Minnesota's not here. There will be no reverse sweeps, and I will beat Allie in predictions today. That is if things go as planned and control. LAG with Priest on the SMG. Different speed, different success.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This is amazing for LA Gorilla mates right now. These first 2 maps should have been easily on side New York Subliners. You're talking about undefeated on Skyline Hardpoint. You're talking 2-0 in Skyline S&D. And so for LAG mates, this is a huge only start to the series, but now they get to move into that map number 3 control, where that is where they really only have some sort of strength when it comes to this game. We don't know about the map in Hacienda, but they're in the driver's seat right now for this series. I might have to change my pick.
Yeah, I mean, well, now. I mean, look, listen, man. Coming into the series, I think we all we didn't know know exactly what we would see from either of these teams going up against each other
beat by
because
LAG,
they both have the
bro, but we
players to
could've beat
be like
teams.
top 4 rosters, right? LAG obviously haven't had a win yet, so chip on their shoulder, and they're clearly playing with it today. You know, you've seen a lot of people talking about Priesta potentially getting
Yo, you know what's
replaced.
actually,
Well,
like,
he
surprising
goes
to me?
crazy on that
FaZe
map,
and
number
Optic,
1,
I'm not
and then we
thinking
go into the search and destroy. Great offensive rounds. I mean, I like the idea to come out and play your offenses a bit slower off the rip,
thought they would've
and then
played that.
transition to the aggression. You heard maybe the Merc talking about it, and it worked out wonderfully. So LAG right now, the issue's been like closing out series. They've had game 5s. Can they close it out though?
I want to kind of get really specific about the search and destroy because I think what's great from both sides is the problem for New York Subliner is
What do
that
you
they
think?
are a really good attack. They're a really awful attack team, but really good
think
defense
Optic's being
team. On the
FaZe
flip
this
side, Gorilla's mate was also really awful at attack, and so both of them need to put work into it. And now that we come back this weekend, you can
Spencer shows up
obviously
harder.
see Gorilla's mate put work in it so hard that they were able to capitalize on it in that map number 2 versus New York.
Cloud9, slower start than they wanted. Nameless is going to draw us through this one. What is happening in this series?
Yeah, I'm going to draw why Chris was right in his prediction and to highlight the Bulldog, because when his teammates are finding kills, he's going to be making awesome plays. So let's jump into this clip. Let's just play it a little bit and talk about the situation. Right now, this is the Money Hill. They have control of the spawns, and there's 15 seconds left, right? So they're pretty much going to lock up this time. Number 3, that's Kismet, the Bulldog we all know and love.
The Bulldog.
When you have a good situation, other teams disoriented and fighting from the bad spawn, you want to make that situation even worse for them. So it's rotating, and he's hitting a nice route. He's going to go up the stairs, go through. He knows that they're going to be spawning over here by Piano, and what he wants to do is he wants to find a kill on this rotation, not just play his life like you'll see players in rank doing, playing his life there and just holding. He's trying to find a kill so he can flip his team to get the good spawn, because that is the preferred spawn for this hill where you can then farm. So it's just kind of an awesome rotation out of him and a play. And while they're disoriented, like you can see, number 7, that's attached. He's just on Piano stairs getting ready for the next hill. Kismet goes up, he finds the big kill on him, and as the rest of his teammates are vacating that spawn, you'll see even though Kismet dies, he got the first kill right there, and the rest of the teammates have vacated the spawn. You'll see Cloud9 are going to spawn out there, which is just a terrible situation to be in after you just got smoked on the Money Hill. It also sets up LAG for a nice pinch when we get back over towards that P1. So a heads up play by Kismet. You want to be active on rotations. You want to find that kill and flip them out while there's still time left on the old hill.
Fundamentals starting to fall in line for LAG, the world champs for a reason. It's only a matter of time, and currently they're up 2-0. But this match is not done yet. Allie, let's take a look at our tier list, and do you have anything to say to my guys down there at Gentlemates? You know there's a watch party in France right now.
I know there's a watch party. All I gotta say right now is unless they're looking to make their way out of that D tier.
And what letter would you give them instead?
I would give them right now, I think they're hovering, at their peak, they could be easily an A tier team. But right now, what they're showing us in the present, I think they're looking to move themselves up to like C tier.
Man, they ain't won yet. We've seen this
I just
before.
said if they win this series,
I'm
they'll
just
move
saying,
up
to Chris,
C.
Chris is like slowly victory
I'm
lapping.
celebrating. Let's send it back over to the Masters. Finish this thing. Wrap it up.
Chris is making a mess. You
Yeah,
need a
he's
pen?
just throwing
You
stuff.
want a pen?
I got a pen. I'm good. Thank you. Careful.
Wow, I about hit Allie in the face. All right, well, we get ready now for our next map, see if they can close it out. Now, we haven't seen Hacienda control yet. You mentioned as we get deeper into the series, we haven't seen a lot of reps out of anybody with regards to 4 and 5. Who the hell knows? I don't know. I thought multiple times LG were winning a series and they didn't. So as much as I want to have belief in them to get it done here, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just put the facts out there, right? In terms of the league, they're 0-4 right now. Still trying to find the first win. So even, LG and their fans, they're just going to be waiting until this says 3 on their side.
Just control. I know we're going to Hacienda, but control just in general for these two teams. Who are you giving the advantage to?
Yeah, I mean, this is where you do have an advantage if you are LAG. This has been the one game mode for Cloud9 where they have struggled. 1 and 5 on the year, just trying to find maybe something. This is why we're seeing a Hacienda for the first time, right? Obviously, a new addition to the map pool. I don't think it's the correct edition quite yet, but we're still trying to find those maps, and yeah, it's why we haven't seen it very often.
Well, yeah, I know. As soon as Ant played it, we were talking about it. He's like, I don't know. I'm playing it ranked. I'm just getting pissed. It's not working out well. I'm like, well, tell me what's going on. And it was like he broke down why it sucked. I'm like, so it sounds like the offense just needs to spawn a little bit closer, and then it probably work better. He's like, yeah. I'm like, so is it the map or just the spawns? And hopefully we'll be able to maybe work on that. But that's what makes it tough, right? It's a really deep spawn for the offense.
Yeah, offense, and then trying to get fences control. It's a hike. It is a hike. And then on the middle point, it's not like the middle hard point. It's moved further towards the defensive side for whatever reason. I don't know.
For funsies, Joe.
I don't know who made that. So on offense, you can't lay behind the fountain and capture the point.
for funsies, Joe.
Yeah.
But as we chat through our additional control added into this season, we take a look at control defense on the season, and this is where New York's got a big advantage.
Well, that's surprising to me. So their offense must stink. If they're 1-5, like you're 73 in defensive rounds.
A lot of times, I mean, that's what separates like control teams. I mean, like defense, like anyone can kind of like hold a spot and play good defense. Like offense is the hard one, typically speaking. Like.
Yeah,
it is difficult to be good at controlling offense. I mean, it's hard to be like
you're 1-5.
Yeah,
like, you're losing some defensive rounds.
You're right. That is kind of surprising to see. So it puts a lot of pressure, I mean, kind of on their defense to keep that going. If that's the only thing keeping them in games. Can they actually do it? Can they find any improvements in offense? This is where you have the advantage for LAG. You see them at 3-2. The defensive win percentage. Wait, were those flipped then? Those must have been flipped. It must be 7-3 for LAG, right?
Okay, that's got to be.
It's got to be for control. If it says defense, if they're third, that must have flipped.
It's got to be.
All right?
Yeah,
I might be talking out of my ass, but I'm going to assume the graphic before that one was flipped.
Yeah, there's no way they're 12.
Yeah, when you said that, like 1-5 to 7-3, is that possible? I mean, it is, but still, it was surprising. We'll try and get clarification. But now into map 3 we go. LAG trying to close this thing out. Cloud9 New York, they'll be the offense. As they're looking for openings, they are finding nothing.
And then you see 3 and 4 right away. Kismet and Lens, they're going to go block off a garage, and you just kind of see where you're spawning all the way out, and it's just going to take some time. This map is prettier than like in Gavutio. It's not raining, and you can see things, but kind of reminds you in that one if you remember that map.
Well, it's like
just a hike.
It's almost like there should be like one layer of fights between you and like the next fight at the site. There's like 2 steps, right? Like,
yeah, it could be.
You got to clear like lobby and garage after you come out of spawn. Then you have to make another clearance around like the entrance to the fence side, and then you have to fight like on the point. Like there's like an extra step there, right?
Yeah, and then again, the middle point just isn't middle. You can see it.
Yeah.
Very much leaning towards the defensive side.
So yeah, we'll see who can maybe get something going on offense, or if this is one of those where every single tick matters and it's going to come down to a round 5 defense, if that will be the case. But still a bit of time to go. 37 seconds is pause for now because you do have 1 player on the point. It is contested for now. Attach does find 2. That's the clearance of the player on the point, so the time will continue to tick. Attach is still finding kills, so he's opened it up for his teammates to get here. He drops though, Priest now back in action. Once you get to this spot offensively, the defenses to work with, you can really make some plays. Just like getting here can be tricky. Now you've gotten here, not a lot of time to work with, still plenty of lives. That was ludicrous there.
Well, he gets the comms from, I think, Kremp that someone's pinching you right there from top window. I didn't think he was going to go for the gunfight. I thought he was going to wait for Kremp. He doesn't, and there we go.
Bro.
And, well, B is done. So, again, we're just theorizing based off rain, maybe some scrims. But, yeah, maybe get that B point done.
Once you get to it, once you actually get numbers there, you could absolutely hold it, but it's just getting to that position and hoping you have some time to work with. They get there, they get the cap, you get a insane gunfight win at a max. Sib filters through with a couple of headshots as well, and now you work to get more done here onto A. LAG trying to continue holding here on defense. Avoid like a 3 or 4 down, which put them in trouble before. You've got 2 dead now. You've got 3 dead. Okay, well, as soon as I say you want to avoid that, everyone drops. There goes the final member, and everyone's coming out of spawn. So spoke that one into existence. Stack it onto the point is Cloud9 New York. Second bit of progress is done. Third ripping and roaring. Offense maybe hasn't been great, but there's an offensive round victory now.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nice. And, well, I mean, what? It was like, I believe it fences. Attach got like 2 or 3 in a row. That kind of got them going. Then it was like the comms to Mac to get the insane kill. Sib got one at the same time. But you had like what 5 to 7 like kind of straight kills. Really nice sequence.
Once they got control of the map, LAG did not retain it at all because they had a couple of really good pushes. Does LAG where you're spawning them all the way out. You then saw them push lobby, spawning them garage. That's kind of what you want because if they're spawning garage, that run to B is even further. Right, that route just takes so long, but they then lost all their gunfights.
It's like regardless of the map, like if you go 3-4 dead as a defense, I don't care what map it is, you're probably in a bad spot. Like, you just see how quickly it can happen one time, and you never regain composure. Like you never regain map control, and they didn't.
And well, you got 9 kills in a row to finish off that round. New York, and they win that offense.
At 2 just moments they erupted, and that's all it took.
Yo, you're back.
The focus going to be towards B. Lens is going to get smoked as Crimps Kremp comes out sliding around the edge. You have an advantage for your LEG, at least for now. There's one player in number 7. That'll be Attach, playing towards fences. And as they start to progress this onto B, you saw it. Most of the Cloud9 New York players kind of funneled out.
Yeah, it almost felt like they were going to give
side.
it up for a moment. Like
Yeah.
they were 3 went towards top rock.
Yeah.
Like maybe they were just thinking we're not going to retake this. They're going to stack it. Let's just give up B. But now they might go for this one more time. They found a couple of kills.
I thought that was a call. I saw like 2 out by Rock.
But I tell you what, maybe this isn't what we were thinking. B is done, and yes, maybe we're going to start to see this more. If teams start to see a little bit more success on the attacking side, we'll see the map pool.
No, I mean, first time we're seeing it here officially in a league match, and it's been interesting thus far. Priesta can't win his one gunfight on the other side towards Rock. You'll have 3 players sit up there now. The only person on the other side of the map will be Kremp, who just dropped. So now you'll start to layer the map, look to push here if you're Gorillas, mate.
Yeah.
So far, you're holding things down towards mid if you're Cloud9.
Yeah, so just trying to control top open.
Yeah, you have
On the
more
other
of a
side of
chance
the
on
map,
top.
it's going to be Skies and Linz fighting through Garage. They were able to take down Attach. There's just sort of a fight for mid-map control right now. That is going the way of Cloud9. It's going to be 3 dead, and maybe now we start to see that trap. Kismet, though, was able to find one through Secret. Maybe to just buy them some room, give them some space, but quickly traded by Sid.
Well, yeah, this is what LEG is never able to do, right? Kind of regain some stability, get map control again. I mean, thankfully, you got B with a lot more efficiency if you're LEG, so you have more time to work with. And we'll see if they can set this up.
Somehow Kismet got through again, though.
Yeah, and he got a kill.
Yeah, he was the one. I don't know how he got to that spot. It looked like they had everything sort of cut off. Did Cloud9 New York, but he's able to find 2 now. Maybe this gets them out of this trap. The problem is, though, you have 30 seconds. Sim hits the dive, hits the slide, somehow able to win the gunfight, and another 3 dead here for Gentlemen.
I was disoriented in that fight. I assume he was as well, but Sim is still going. 5 straight, 14 and 8. And yeah, you get 2 from Kiz. You think that's the opener, and well, things kind of fall apart. A lot of info there for Magnus. He sees 2, maybe 3 cross. The comms come into his teammates. You have numbers there for LEG, so you're able to win it, but time is dwindling. Under 10 seconds to go. They're down 4 lives. They've got to get a body onto the point. Priesta, no one is holding it. Can't quite take the fight, though, but he at least gets onto the point, pauses the clock. 4.4 remaining. See how long he can stay up here. Loses 2 teammates that might be there in coverage. It's going to be him and Kiz as he drops. Kiz has got to get in, not able to win that final fight. There was somebody top cat as well. He was going to be dead to right. So Cloud9, they get the offensive one, and then they hold server on defense.
Yeah, I mean, a nice little recovery there. I mean, they gave up B, and then they just started to get going. You saw them kind of put LAG into the trap a couple of times, just sort of what it can look like from the LAG side. Doesn't look like a good amount of fun. And the fact is Kismet got them out with like that 2 kills. So that could have been even worse for Gentlemates. But yeah, I mean, at least you get B, but now Cloud9 up 2-0.
Here we go again. Another LAG series. We're going to be going deeper.
What's he going to do, chow me?
We'll see. Lenz has found 0 success.
Not a lot.
He can drive his butt
As he is
all the way
4
from
and
North
15.
Carolina.
4 and 16 now. And you got to think he's one that's going to be expected to kind of get numbers on this type of team. If he's not getting any in a respawn, it's going to be a bad time, right?
I don't know why
fair,
all these things guys in North.
No, I mean, you can't have numbers like this yet. From Linz. And yeah, I mean, it's going to happen to everyone. You're going to have some maps like this, but yeah, if they want to win some respawns, you expect Linz to have to go big. His Attach, he's on a 5 in a row up to 17 and 8. Starting to work B a little bit is Cloud9. Well, he's the only one here. His teammates are on the other side of the map, and maybe they transition over to A.
Yeah, I was saying, whether he's been like a guy on offense or I feel like he's just made insane plays here over on offenses. Just like a one-man stand where he's been able to take out 2 to 4 players. Brilliant bit of work from him. Up to 6 straight, 18 and 8. We'll see if they can finish A. You're starting to transition over if you were the LAG defense to clear them off of this. They'll pick off attacks. The streak will end there. The point didn't quite finish. It was so damn close. Now, are you going to be able to clear all of that? We'll see how this next little stretch plays out. You still have Kremp pushed into your back line, picking up people off the spawn. Linz's woes continue.
Yeah, now maybe just off this Kremp play, it's sort of where do we want to go? And well, Kremp, he's just going to pause the clock. He's just going to sort of say, hey, I'm going to try to cause a distraction. Maybe that'll allow you guys to get out. And well, it has. Attach and Civ are able to find 2. The other two players in Priesta and Linz now have to work this B point. So with Kremps 1v1, you can see the white arrows able to get up the map.
And that A still hasn't been cleared. Right, you still have half of that tick forward. I thought maybe they were going to kind of go for it, try to bully their way onto it, stack it, maybe close that out if they're able to. But as these gunfights go down, Kiz is hitting beamers at range with the sub in hand. Attach, well, he's been a warrior over here at Fence's side, but Lin's able to maybe get something going. He's up to 8, but most kills he's had around, that's for sure. He's doubled it up through this one. And now where it looks so good for Cloud9 New York, like you thought you were going to have A done, you're in a great position. They might not even get a minute extension here, might just walk away with the 3 ticks.
Yeah, maybe they're just thinking, let's just close this out. On defense, they're going to have to. Maybe there's one last chance to get on towards A. As you said, it is not done. They did not clear it. So the minute they put 2 players on it, it's done.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Like, I know it's like a mid point out in the open, but usually you want to try and clear that, especially with how close it was. I was about to say, like, if they don't get another tick, what, you win the next offense if your LAG came out of kills, right? It would have been 9-9. So now you've guaranteed yourself a round 5 defense at least if your Cloud9 don't win this. So
could it might win it?
Could that be in a big tick, or they just win it and everything I'm saying doesn't matter at all, which is usually the case.
And I mean, you have 2 players on it. There's a second tick done, all because you don't clear the A point. They have to go for this. Kremp, the last one alive. But yeah, now, what, just 4 lives remaining here in the round for Cloud9. Still made it something.
Yeah. No, they definitely made it interesting. Just barely diving back in his sip. He's had a couple insane kills via the dive. And some beamers. Priesta. Forehead gets picked out of the window. A little snap here from Sib. It's contested with a centimeter remaining. Attaches the last one up, and it'll finally end. But by golly, they shouldn't have had a chance, but they did.
If Kiz doesn't get on that point there, he's going on the flank. If he tries to take a gunfight or something, that round's done because both players were on it. You spawn out deep, but Kiz was there, able to contest, buys just that second to get his teammates there for the trade.
Just trying to stress out the fans as much as humanly possible.
Absolutely.
But now you got to get an offensive round win if you are Gorillas. The tick advantage, though, big enough.
Green,
for
wall,
Cloud9,
green,
no matter what.
Wall, green,
LAG will be looking at a round 5 offense. So they're going to have to win back-to-back offenses. They're going to close this out in 3-0 fashion for the series. Kind of hard to believe in them to do that based on how this one has gone, but who knows? Maybe they'll flip a switch.
Yeah, now what? He was 4-15, so he really steps up, gets 11 in that defensive round, does lead.
Oh, God. Last I looked at it, he had 8 when I say doubled up, so he went nuts towards the tail end of that one.
Started to get going, and maybe he can catch.
What do you know? He gets some slang, and they can win around.
Yeah, maybe you get that going in this offense.
No, he really, that's I consider you had 4 through 2. Yeah, 11 and 1's pretty damn good. Nice little movement there to give himself a chance in this fight, but he's so weak. He's eventually going to be pushed out. Not going to attach, able to deal with that pressure clean. That is everything you want if you're Cloud9 New York. Back to the drawing board off spawn if you're LAG.
Rough timing there for Tramp. Just as he hits the slide, Kiz gets behind the rock. That's the right idea. You want to cut this off, but now you can see all of LAG just going to flood on through.
That timing not great for Sib either, like right as he kind of gives up the L trigger.
Unless it's a second.
So, I mean, that's about as good as it can get for LAG, though, considering how it started. You go 4 down, you're off spawn again, and then you find every kill after that, outside of what Attach got 1.
They go to B. They don't try to get on A. So Kremp just kind of lurks inside a shed. He's only able to find 1, though. It's a good trade from Skies, as Gorilla Mate's starting to work this B point.
Yeah, that kill from Lens gives him a little more room here to work with as well. Mac tries to hit the dive. He's not Sib, though, so it doesn't work out. Skies is able to chalk up another one there as Skies has got a sub in hand right now. Well, he's got both to work with, I guess. And that'll be the points secured. So, all right, you're in a pretty good position. Up a couple lives. This is where you maybe struggle, but can the Bulldog get loose? And can Lens continue to step it up? You're going to need some big plays here to get it to around 5. Kiz dancing with his teammate here, leaves up the Priesta to close out the fight. You've got a chance now to at least get on the point. Still a ton of time. Keep working this advantage. Spots attach up in the window, and I guess he's got an elbow sticking out there. I think he thought he got safe behind it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right?
Or
Attach has just played this position right off a spawn early. He just goes all the way through, and with A in the position that it is, if you flip the map, you have a ton of angles on that A point. So he's just waiting patiently. But LAG still finding some kills behind Lins. Priest is just trying to distract, maybe put some pressure on Cloud9 to have to reposition and deal with him on the point.
Well, the big thing for Cloud9, like when they got their offensive win, right? It was like they had a couple 4 downs, or like at least like 3 downs to really put it in. Feels like you're gonna maybe need one of those. I don't know if you have enough time to really like lead the lives, but well, maybe you do. It ends up being what, a 3 down effectively. So I guess every time I say that, it happens kind of.
There you go, cast or curse.
Yeah, curse or blessing or whatever. But the next wave goes the way of Cloud9. Lins and Skies though kind of flipped the script. Halfway towards finishing A. Lins is on 5 in a row. Wow, has he bounced back? He was 5 and 20, wasn't he?
I just know he's 4 and 15 at one point.
He was 5 and 20. 5 and 20 and now basically back to even. I mean, this is like Skies' map 1. Starts out slow, goes nuts to get back into it. Same for Lins here. Now suddenly you're looking at around 5. And to be fair, I mean, that was more of an impressive offensive win, even like Cloud9 had. Like Cloud9 has had this, like they kind of hit another gear and had this little stretch of 30 seconds where they were insane and found every kill. You had to work for it a little bit more there if you were LAG. Be disciplined around mid-map. Work through a couple waves of retakes from Cloud9, but they get it done, and, well, okay.
Well, not all kind of started, right? Just think about it. You had the 4 dead, and then it was all just like, if Kremp is able to get to Rock a little bit quicker, as soon as that player Jismit crosses, that's when it just kind of unfolded. Just that one timing, because then they are completely trapped. He gets through, and they just go all the way around to B. That's when they capture that B point.
Yeah, that moment could have gone so differently because, yeah, you're from a 4 dead to like they're capturing a point so quick there. That had to have been frustrating. So you really can't even count out LAG if they have a 4 break based on how it went last time. But, you know, you've got 3 people working Rock on your opening. Probably not the ideal situation you want if you are LAG, but what will the timings be like as these gunfights get ready to go? Kiz just kind of holding towards spawn. Out in Boathouse, you'll see number 6. He's going for a swim, and Kiz is able to hear it or read it.
Well, he broke the window.
Yeah.
So he breaks the window. I was like, okay,
yeah,
well, that's going to be a freebie.
I didn't hear it in my headset, but I'm assuming he got audio there. As he goes through the window, Kids able to collapse and right back to the other side of the map, just trying to stay up. Now go ahead and reach out, holding, wait for the help to come in from Priesta, avoiding the nade as well. Nice plays here from Kiz. Progress starting to work. Second tick looming.
I mean, you go from, if he loses that one-on-one, maybe there's only 2 players, maybe 1 player here. He takes his time. They're able to get the B point done, and now at minute 40. So great heads-up play there by Kiz. He's 33 and 28. Destroys Mac now onto this A point. So he's on 6 in a row, and now LAG looking to close out the series.
This is what you want to see out of Kiz, taking over a 99. Kiz popping off here. First tick done. 2 ticks to go. They haven't found a series victory yet, but they're looking for a 3-0 for their first series win, and coming back from an 0-2 hole in control. You go to Devin, and Skies fires back to get 2 of his own. It'll be traded out right after that from Lins. You don't have a body on it for now, but you're up 3 lives, and similar to last time, you just never, this is where you did a really good job not going down like 3-4. And going back to step 1. You kind of always stayed in the middle of the progression here. You always had bodies. Am I saying it again? They're about to go 3 dead?
Yeah, they are. But they kind of just like took their time.
I'm just going to shut up.
Kiz goes all the way through water side. So again, you can see Cloud9. They're literally just looking for Kismet. Multiple arrows are like, where is he? He's trying to, again, find that route to get his team out of this position. But they hunt him down. They hunt him down. Kremp doesn't want to overchill, but he's going to do it anyways with the pistol.
Kiz survived longer than he probably had any right to, but ultimately he did drop. And now, yeah, this is just what you were not able to get in the last round at all. Any kind of space on the map. If you were Cloud9 New York, you just have to hold for 30 more seconds. Max to the interior guy, his timing's a little bit awkward. They fly out. Kremp can't finish the kill, or does he? He's able to get 2. I thought he was going to get caught and everybody was going to be in trouble, but he's just able to get enough bullets in. Oh, God. Okay, he's able to finish it. Lost him there for a second.
Gotta get to A. LG's gotta go.
10 seconds now to go.
You have 3 players out. There's a chance.
Sib's gonna drop. 1 player left. Someone's gonna get onto it. They were able to get on with 2 seconds left. That was 3 dead as well. 1 player still looming. They trade that out. We've got bodies here. 0.8 on the clock. 5 versus 6, and away we go. Lins has battled back and now wants to make the play. Pistol out. Greet your maker. They drop.
Oh my goodness!
LAG
he just got slammed. Go off, Lins.
In dramatic
Holy!
fashion. And Sky's smiling for the first time in a month, I swear.
And I'm sorry, Puckett.
Go
You're right.
off, baby!
You got it right.
Liz just popped
I'm
off!
not that delusional now, am I, Joe?
Maybe a little delusional.
I am definitely delusional, but I don't know, man. I believe.
You believe.
I'm a believer.
And I think the big thing is obviously they looked great in hardpoint, but solidified themselves in that search and destroy. And I mean, coming back right there. Listen, this is our first time seeing Hacienda control again. If you watch BO4, this was not a map. It was a hardpoint search and destroy map, not a control map. Right? We played everything else.
That was fun.
Yeah, it showed that you can win some offenses. I think that's what people were worried about, and it's there.
Yeah, we'll see in different matchups and stuff. But that was a whole heck of a lot of fun. What? 3 of the rounds were offensive wins. A lot of awesome stuff to see there. Some awesome plays. I mean, props to Lens from coming back. I think it was 5 and 20 whole at its worst. He ends up going basically even. The Bulldog was out and barking as he puts up 36. And for the series overall, I mean, like, think about it. You had a lot of, everyone just had their moments, whether it was Priest to pop it off in the map 1, Kismet pop it off there in the map 3. Lynn starting slow, getting going to the map 3. Sky starting slow in the map 1, getting going over the course of it. Like, they kind of all had their, stretches and sequences they put in, and that's kind of what we hope for with this team. Like, everyone would have their chances. Well, there you did it, and you walk away with a victory. It was a close one. The maps 2 and 3 were very close. Map 1, like a 60-point Skyline's a pretty good win, but other 2 were tight. Yeah,
and then for Cloud9, it looked like you were kind of trajecting the right way upward. You get your 2 of your best maps 1 and 2, and you drop them right away.
Now the only team looking for a win will be Falcons.
Yeah, where's our boy Runs at, bro?
LAG on the board, though. Des, break it down for us.
LAG gets a dub, and I wasn't worried at all during that game. 3-2-0, and then they come back and somehow win 3 rounds straight. So let's talk a little bit about this team. What did they do differently today in the matchup? Is it just the maps this time around?
Yeah, well, I don't think you say it's just the maps because we talked about the map set. It favored Cloud9 coming into it, especially the first 2. Map number 1, we saw Kismet making some huge plays. Obviously, Priesta in the kill department extremely well. And then we get to that last map there. I mean, they had no business winning that round. Sib kind of scammed, I'll be honest. You go back and watch the end of that. Sib should have just played a hard play to kill in the spawn, but nevertheless, you make a mistake, they're going to run away with it. Some huge offensive pressure. Just great thesis on how to play the map.
Now, Sim did drop most damage in the lobby back-to-back games. I was Search, and then, of course, it's game 3. Is he giving enough for the team, though?
Yeah, he is. It's hard because you want to put it all on one person, but the chem and the build of this team just hasn't been able to be on the same page just yet. I thought maybe for a second we saw in this map 3, maybe we'd have another series, but again, you go up 2-0 in Hacienda. And what's even worse about this control to really set it up is not only that neither of these teams played this and Cloud9 were up 2-0, but it's the fact that Gorilla's mates are a top 3 defensive team, and on this map, they won back-to-back attacks, not only to come back from the 0-2 deficit, but to then win in the round number 5.
I mean, listen, they just made massive plays. I mean, from the moment Kremp got that 2-piece on the right side, the game should have been done. Should have been 100% done. You put them in a box, you trade out. From there, it's over with. But instead, and I hope we take a look at it once again, production, but when at the end of the game, Sib is behind them in their lobby, and it just gets out of their reach, and that's the problem I've seen with Cloud9 in so many of these.
There's that Kremp double, and then at the end, you got Lens chasing down the kills, and then gets to the hill after a teammate stalls. 0.9 on the clock. They're able to steal game 3, and it's your Scuff play of the game. Let's take a look at it one more time. The ladder stall.
Yeah.
Haven't seen this since the sniping days.
Yeah, it's just a wild situation. I mean, obviously, Lens goes a little buck wild here, comes up, he gets the call out on Sib, finds that, he knows somebody's going to be going for that trade, so hard plays the kill up top, and what he's thinking there is hey, somebody throw me a free kill here, please. And then just the smart play to not just stack, to go and play the cut to alleviate that pressure with the pistol. One of the cooler plays we've seen at the end.
And then not taking the final chow as well, making sure he stays up. Heads up plays across the board was the difference maker in this one. 2 tight games, but at the end, it's a 3-0 for LAG. Allie?
Yes.
Who's your favorite player to watch today?
Favorite player had to be Lind. What do you mean? We literally set up the entire series for him being you're supposed to replace Hydra, dude. There is so much expectation. Your ceiling is so high. And for them to finally get a win on the board and against New York Subliners, who is also looking stronger, it's got to be Lind.
Nameless, I know you have high praise for Cloud9 when they do well, but you also have some fierce criticism. So what do you need to see from this team that you hold to high standards?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just kind of just talked about it. It's been the ARs for me since the very beginning for this roster. I don't see like a game mode they're like truly excelling in. They're a tough one to crack, man. I mean, they're potentially one of the teams that make a roster change. I know there is so many talented players down there in Challengers that have been going through the gauntlet. Illy, one of them, like I could really see him getting brought up. I don't want to put roster explosion loom on anybody, but if there is one, to me, it just makes sense for C9 to do it.
Keep your eyes on all the rosters, and hopefully we see all of our current lineups at Major number 1. When we come back, we get a rematch for Minor 1. Of course, it's round 1 where we saw Vegas Falcons nearly take down Optic at a hard point. When we get another close game 1, stay tuned to find out.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Alright, Credo, you know the business. You know how we're doing this. Wordle. Alright, Credo, we got 2 minutes. Alright. Let's do it, Credo. What are you thinking? Sugar? Is that even a big... Oh, Credo off with a banger. I'm trying it, Credo. What do you think? Okay. So we got O. So it's... Yeah, CK is not in there. S. So it's an R, an O, and an S. So we're missing 2 letters. It's not an A. Horus? Is that a word? Yeah, it's a word. But it's too short. I think it is a word though. Hold on. I think Horus is a word. Could be wrong. Horus. Yeah, it's a word. I thought so. Orisa? Yo, is it a video game? No, there's no A. There's no A. A's are allowed. Yeah, almost tweets. Yo, Runs, are you here, brother? G's out. Doors? Could that be it? No. Because it's not in the second letter. It'd be the second letter if it was doors. M? What would you spell though? I mean, yeah, you can't even do that. The wrong O, R, S, and so R can't be the start of the word, and it can't be the end. So it has to be in the middle. S can't be at the beginning or the end, so it has to be in the middle. Or the second letter. No, they're still.
Every single situation, because when I start hesitating and stuff like that, that's when.
Yeah, they're doing the interview right now. Wait. Yep. Ah, Credo. I don't even know Credo. Drops, spots. No, he just helped us out real quick. Jeepers. Spots. That's using two S's though. It doesn't start at the beginning. S can't be at the end of the word either, Adam. Runcy poo. So S can't be at the end, and it can't be at the beginning. Yo, is this still?
Knowing what we're gonna do, how.
Okay. We're still good. He said you guys gotta get PET involved. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Gotta get more words involved. I know, brother. See, too bad we can't do that, Credo. That'd eliminate 3 words. I mean, 3 letters right away. Debts. What do you think, Credo? Yeah, just so we can.
Been good in search and trade. They lost back-to-back searches to Carolina, where they like went the distance and.
We're about to be there. Yeah, just so we can eliminate some words. What do you think? I mean, some letters. What do you think? Yeah, I might do this. I might actually do this. I might put debts in just as a cell, just so I can see like DEPT. That'd literally give us like 4 letters that we wouldn't know. And then we'd have 3 tries to solve it essentially with those 4 letters taken out. I might do it, bro, just so I can see. What do you think, Critter? Do you think that's a good call or what? Just so we can see what letters we're working with. Okay, so E. Okay, so it's R-O-S-E. Jeepers. That's just made it 10 times harder. Holy. You can't be horse. Because the O would have to be second, so it couldn't be horse. Holy. Yeah, it can't be horse because the O doesn't belong in the second spot. Actually. What, horse? No, not really. That just would get rid of one letter. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I'm about to hop into it. I don't even know.
Like map wins, yes, but not an actual series so far. They haven't really shown that sauce. But one of the reasons I'm super excited is not just is it going to be fun to watch the two teams play, we get a vault hardpoint for map number 1, and that is where we saw a 50 bomb get dropped, and that was for the L. So if you can get the level of slaying output from the Falcons that they had just a week ago and maybe play the map a little bit better, you might actually see a victory. But
these
anytime
guys
there's a 50
stink.
bomb watch, I'm here for it.
The 52, the current record in the CDL world. That's right, the EKA must have been high 80s for that one as well.
Yeah,
Exited the man of the moment. We'll see if he can bring it again. Not an easy thing to do, especially on a map like
no,
Ball,
you can't use
especially
A.
as players like
not
Optic.
available.
How much
And
have they
Mass
learned
can't
though,
be
Chance?
able to
We've seen the Human Wixel now spending a little bit more time with the roster. It should come out a little hotter, a little stronger, a little tighter. Here we go, folks. Map number 1.
Hey, you know, you talk about adjustments as well as like what exactly we're going to see. It's going to be fun for both of the teams because the Falcons' goal is to like just get better effectiveness out of your kills. And then from Optic, it's like adjusting to the Falcons' play style. Like Kenny talked about it. It is, hey, the timing's going to be weird. They're playing at a faster pace at different times, playing at a slower pace different times. And by the looks of it, Optic have adjusted to it. They got the absolute blender set up on the map for the moment. A clean P1 hold so far.
So far, so good. Luke's doing what he can. Hard point now gets bust wide open. Vegas Falcons are in. No one watches the side door though. Kenny bangs his way through. Can't get anywhere out this light ball. Wow! Kenny Williams! What a turn.
Loves to do it. That's what he has, the jackal in hand. Kenny, Mr. Do It All has been for a long time. And again, Optic, I mean, they started on the wrong side of the map. They flipped the spawns, kept everything under control. Shotzzy
no, use that available.
6-0, and his teammates get to happily collect that hilled time. And funnily enough, Hook actually leaves the back spawn open and has the awareness to catch a player. So Optic are heads up about everything. And Shotzzy still can't be stopped.
Enjoying these routes Shotzi's taking. This is a lovely bit of in and out engagement while his teammates are in the hill. This is a perfect example, folks, of how hard it is to deal with a player like this. This is an 8-3. It could have been 9. His teammates now with pressure on the hard point. Dashi and Hook, they're doing a great job there. Kenny on the back line there cleans house. That is perfect, calm, smooth gameplay out of Optic Texas.
Yeah, I love the looks from Shotzzy as well, right? He's like hunting the kills down. He doesn't care if he gets traded. He knows he needs to get involved on the pinch. So you don't exactly have to play for a nuke in this lobby. You play for a dominant win and more things going right from Optic. Heads up about the spawns. There's one from Kenny. Snaps on the second. He knows where they're coming from. He knows how many there are going to be. Optic, they're looking perfect so far on Vault.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. The map awareness right now from the Optic boys is outstanding. The gunny doesn't even have to be that hot. They have got full control right now.
I'm hearing friggin'
Who puts Exnit down, who is not having the same level of production as the Miner. What a moment for the Optic boys now as they've got themselves P3 chance, full control. Shotzi's going to open up this side of the map for now, and there you go. We're in. Vegas Falcons back alive.
First time in 2 minutes they've been able to set up the map in their way, but a great setup for Falcons too. Got mid-map under control. Exnit has already swung out in position to cover the hallway, and he's catching players as well. So everybody right now exactly where you need to be, but a delicate moment as well. Can't afford to give up these spawns. Make sure Optic doesn't do anything a little bit slippy. So the map is dangerous, but Falcons, they still have the setup for new. They might trade away the final 10 to make it happen.
Big looks again from the Falcons. We've seen them go from a team that only ran 1 submachine gun to a team that seems to be running 4 right now. So again, different looks, different lives, and right now they're doing the very best they possibly can to hold on. Dahoom in the hard point alone gets taken down by Hoog. Now you've got a full break there, Optic in full control, and once again, that front line pushed far forward. Kenny #1 there on the minimap, 10 and 8 so far, keeping the bottom side of the map safe.
Yeah, and if you were looking for your momentum of the game, it was it right there. Falcons opportunity, Money Hill were rotating to you, got the full setup, trade away from scrap time. Optic break it down instantly, and well, now it's their playground where they get the setup on a P4 that is a Money Hill and traditionally a little bit easier to hold. Dashy dealing with 2 on the outside. One right now from Falcons able to pierce the setup, but still Exnit does it himself. They break it down exactly when they need to.
You get 3 dead. The bad news, though, the last player up is Hook, and he's fighting for it. Above the hard point right now, still trying to keep the pressure. Trades back and forth. When will Kyler Garland send it? Here he goes. Finds one from the hip, back into the point. Next 10 seconds going to be his. Teammate spawning on this side of the map, but no drama. First set of hard points complete. Optic Texas, a commanding lead.
And taking the plays from Hook too, little bailout moments, things get, they sour a little bit. You ripen him back up. He even has the hand cannon on, but frankly, I'd like to see him pull it out. That'd be fun. Let the hate flow through you.
It was rated way back in BO4. I think it wasn't a gridlock. He pulled off the perfect 6, no misses. We ain't missing either, chat. We're going for a listen in right now with Optic Texas.
Are you XG one shot? Are you absolute close? Close one shot. One shot to cat. Close. Beer you. Want to beer you? Close.
Wow.
Start. With the Stop cat. Stay close. The lobby or something, bro. Shot. You like him? Lobby? Put it off here. Lobby. Stop cat at me, bro. I don't see shit cat. Whatever you do. Dump stuff to me. What kind of shit be new? Back, I'm seeing 2. Don't worry, Emma, guys. You're
what?
Out of pump. What's this? Alright, out of pump. You're lying. Here we go. Out of pump, one shot back to Alright, one's cat late, X's cat late. What's that cat? What's it in?
Wait, he actually literally changed it?
There's one side of
Yo, one's in the back, Roxas.
I look at he's down. Getting back.
Yo, what the
fuck? We're back there. One shot. It's done. Absolute. Just one in the back.
You said he was trying to clown?
I'll kill this guy front, left side.
I left. One shot. Go short. He was short. Underneath him.
Yo, so we can't use...
Look at it.
Can't use you.
This one. In the back. I'm looking at
In the back, too. Nice job. I'm grabbing this top.
I'm standing out.
I'm standing in the back.
Be sure.
Yeah, no A, no U.
Another one in the back. I'm playing safe new, yeah.
I'll show you what after this.
Left street. Two go left street, 2 of them. I have it. Let the left yet. Middle. Exit. Absolute Ivy, bro. Ivy, one shot for you, Ant. Third to you. One to the middle. He's gonna be.
It is an absolute masterclass from Hook. 24 and 6 over a minute of hardpoint time. Great comms, lovely patience. He simply does it all.
Repeated 5 sprees in the SMGs right now from Optic. I mean, it doesn't really get better than this. 17 and 8 for Shotzzy, 24 and 6 from Hoop. I mean, you get a guy with a 4 KD. Things are obviously going to be going right. I think Optic have sort of handled the sort of mixiness that the Falcons can bring to the table. They sort of figured them out just a little bit, at least on this map.
Yeah, the team, the Vegas Falcons team, they can be a real whirlwind. It can be a real lightning storm, but right now Optic Texas have put that lightning into a bottle, and they can do with it as they please right now. Hook, another 5 spree. Can't get the 6th. We're going back over towards the hard point now. Dashy lining up for the attack. Wixel, pressure now through the middle. Trades are there. And the pinch is done. Roxas gets involved. But again, 15 seconds to go on this point. It's not so much about P3 as it is about the next.
Well, yeah, and 2 players from Optic spawning out as well. So if we're worried about the next, Falcons actually potentially in full control, but Dashy wins a big one over by Art. And the 2 players that spawn on the left side of the map from Optic bail you out, into whom left by himself, looking to make the high impact play.
Oh, he's on. Dahoom hold it together. But shots there on the Dashy. Second man in. The pinch is now there from Shotzzy on the front side. Roxas picks up that, so now you've got it. Great work. Vegas Falcons cross the 100-point mark. They're 90 points away. They've got to string together some sensational hard points, but a little bit of momentum can start working out. You've slowed down Hook. 28 and 9. Sounds weird, but it's true.
You'll take it, but Dahum again, little bailout play. You love to see it. One player slipped the net, though, from Optic, got to the back line. That's Kenny and Falcons. Well, 24 seconds left on the time. You certainly want to hold it, but you leave a spawn open. Now things are looking chaotic, but Exnid, this is the player that can handle the chaos. He's up top, and now things are going to get much easier for him. Beautiful sequence on the P4 Falcons. They certainly have some fight in them.
Back over to P1, and here's the fight. Exnid brings down Shotzi, control of the map, and I think you saw that play out on the cross as well. This man is moving. Anyone who's watched his personal stream knows he puts up the numbers, and what a unique aim. That right stick moving and grooving. Over to Dahum once again, patrolling the halls. He's lost Dahum. Can he catch him? He can. Falcon still in control, and the shots from Dahum not enough. Kenny, he's now making the approach towards the hard point. The Chance Optic are on for a break.
It's getting crazy as well. I mean, final 40 seconds. Kills being picked up on the left side of the map at Optic. I mean, they're here. They're watching it. Hoop. He's got it covered. Trade's going out in towards P1. Mixy moment by the Pillars, and Falcons come out on top. And I mean, that's good for the short term. Long term is they're losing bodies. Shotzi and Kenny give you extra kills. Optic still spawning out over towards P2. And thank God Optic have the spawns, because the kills for Falcons, I mean, they started to find them.
They're finding him every time. Dahum on the front now picks up Kenny as well. My goodness.
I see what you're saying now, man.
New hard points open though. That's where you've got Optic Texas making the move. Rotation's not set. Roxas and Exit they're now inside. Can they clear out the back as well? You've got an opportunity here to hold this one. Kenny now trying to get the approach. He does find one on the back. Still over to Exnid, finding his kills inside the hard point. Dashi now trying to make the break, and he does. Optic with an opportunity to hold.
So patient, but you're not going to read this. Free kill here for Dahum. He's got himself towards time. Reads the front pressure. Traded. Optic stabilized. Desperate right now just to fight and stay alive. On the kills department, Falcons have flipped this switch, and Kenny might have flipped it right back. 2 in the feed in a moment to breathe from Optic. 30 seconds on the hill to go.
Not letting anyone get through. Now Shotzi causing problems. Looking towards the new hard points as well. He is everywhere. He is everything. And right now, he's stopping any progression from the Falcons. New hard points on its way. Kenny moving over. Falcons in position for this one as well. They want the early rotation. They need the time.
I was about to say, those have been nice shots if he collects that kill, but the concussion there to shut him down. So Falcons, they get the setup, and they're winning the gunfights around. You prevent Dashi from getting in a power position. You're happy for it. Exnid does his job. You at least have the information on Hook trying to cross out through P4. And in the meantime, Hook finds the route while Hook is a distraction. Shotzi gets a man out of time. And things right now for Falcons are super chaotic.
Hook is still a distraction. Exnid on the turn. Nice work. A war of one front now. As you make the play, Falcons try to get back in the point, or at the very least keep Optic out of it. Dash over by Palms. That's going to be a problem. One of the straightest shooters we've ever seen. Finding a couple more alongside Hook. Streaks now from Dahum. Oh, will it connect at the very least? Again, keeping the point clear. It's 2 for Dahum, and you've got a hard point again.
I mean, look, they're just keeping the pressure up. 14 seconds to go, though, and Optic should clear it out. And more important for them, they spawn 3 players for Falcons out on the right side of the map. So even if it is forced a new time, Optic Texas should have control of the map. Those kills from Kenny right there, more or less, are going to seal the deal.
Yeah, Dahum finding himself a couple of kills, keeping the boys off it for now, but it's going to be a matter of seconds. New rotation done. Optic Texas, you are in, and the setups were just too good. Kudos to the Falcons on the bite back, but Optic too tough to handle there in map 1.
And overall, a more normal game there coming in from Optic. So you prevent the 50 bomb pressure, you figure things out just a little bit, and you make sure you keep it stable, or stable for you, chaotic for the enemy. A lot of good lukes coming in from Hook, especially multiple 5 sprees, but even towards the end where he gets through P4, he's distracting these players, forcing Falcons to have to calm like crazy and pick up all the tiny little things, but it's difficult to do, and that's going to open up things like Shotzi